Hey, you are tuned in to Two Gems and a Mic with hosts Tinesha the Diva Mahomes and Linda LD Dorsey. Just know, if we talking about it, you need to hear about it. Unwind and enjoy. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Two Gems and a Mic. I'm your girl LD, along with my girl Tinesha, the Diva Mahomes. What's up, Nish?
Hey, what you doing? You know it's close. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Man, look here. I'm nervous, but I'm excited. I'm out, I'm headed to I got a Super Bowl party planned the whole nine, but yeah, we're gonna talk about some of these and some of the matchups and all that stuff. So let's get on in here. And we got a special guest. They not
Bring
ready.
them in. They ready. Let's go.
They ready?
Pop them
Come
in
on.
here. Hey, Shaggy, we got Shaggy
What's
Shane
up,
in the house.
Shaggy? How you doing, baby?
Hey! I'm honored to be back on with the lovely and talented Tanisha Mahomes and the extremely gorgeous Linda Dorsey. How you doing?
Love
How
him.
I
Feeling
feel
good,
about
Shaggy.
that?
We feeling good.
I want to be cute
Hey.
too, Shaggy. I want to be a little cute.
Lovely and talented.
My bad. Thank you. I'll take it. Hell, I gotta have something. I'll take it. So how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. This is Super Bowl week. You don't take it for granted, even though the Kansas City Chiefs are in their third Super Bowl in their last 4 years. It's exciting. There's a lot of change. There's a lot of influx going into this season, but Patrick Mahomes, who should be announced as the MVP here in a couple hours on the NFL Network on the NFL Award Show, he has carried this team and put the entire team, entire Chiefs kingdom on his back. I'm stoked. It's going to be a big game. Chiefs, Eagles in the Super Bowl, both the number one seeds in their respective conferences. Let's do this.
Wait, is this like when was the last time? Was it the number one seeds last year? What were we looking at?
No, the Bengals were number 4 seed last year.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And the Chiefs, the Chiefs were number 1 seed in 20, but the Buccaneers were a 3.
That's
so
right. Yeah. So
Yeah.
number one. All right. So
Yeah,
got it
that's
right.
rare.
They got it right. They won. So Shaggy, I'm hearing all this, all week. Since the last game, that Eagles. Yeah, it's just Eagles. Fly,
Yeah.
Eagles, fly.
Good.
How you feeling about that?
I feel they are the best team in the NFC, hands down. I've never seen a team in such a long time, probably since the 1985 Chicago Bears and maybe the 1990 or 89 San Francisco 49ers, just go through their respective 2-game playoffs at home so easily. I did the Shaggy Shane post-game show after the Jacksonville Jaguars game, and then I ate my dinner, and then I turned on the Eagles-Giants game expecting to see a great game, but it was already 28-0 by the time I turned it on. So
hurt my heart.
Linda, you have 3 games to analyze the New York Giants. Tanisha, you got 2, even though one of them was against Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew still put up a good fight on Christmas Eve. I think that you both could be telling me what you have seen about the Philadelphia Eagles. What I've seen, I think they look pretty damn good. But I think since both your teams, the Cowboys and the Giants, play in that division, what can you tell me, not only me, but the rest of the world about the Philadelphia Eagles?
I mean, you got to respect that team. You've got to respect them on both sides of the ball because we know what Jalen Hurts can do, but you've got A.J. Brown, you've got Smith, you've got Quez Watkins, you got their running backs. And then when you go to and their tight end, he's been playing great, even progressing even better as the season has gone along. Then and their line. I mean, you got Jason Kelsey.
Right.
I mean, this guy, you talk about like a vet, right? Then you talk about their defense.
Yes. Fletcher Cox, Reddick, and man, they can get after the quarterback. What do they have? They led the NFL in sacks this year. They weren't playing against the Chiefs, but they still did a lot of damage against a lot of teams.
And that secondary.
Yes.
You got some vets in that secondary. And this is the thing I say. This is what I like about the matchup. It is different. It's different than anything that the Philly has played. The Eagles have played this year. Now, I think what people are saying is they haven't played good teams. I don't believe that. I'm not going to buy that. They've played good teams. They haven't played the AFC, nor
Right.
has the Chiefs played the NFC. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I think this is the perfect matchup. This is the way it should be.
And
Tanisha, what you think?
James Bradbury was on the Giants last year, and he really slowed down Travis Kelce on that Monday Night Football game on November 1st of last season. So they expect James Bradbury to possibly try to slow down Travis Kelce going into Sunday. It's going to be a matchup. It could be a matchup problem, but I think Andy Reid, giving him 2 weeks to prepare for this game, I think it will help. You know what, Tanisha, what can you say about the Philadelphia Eagles?
I mean, I'm on record saying it. I mean, let's talk about it. I think when we look at the receiving core, I mean, AJ Brown, Devontae, Smith, Goddard. I mean, that in itself, I don't need to go any further than that. Those three are going to be problems. You know what I mean
Right.
for our guys. And then when you turn around and you got Hassan Reddick knocking out two quarterbacks in one game, you know what I mean? You're talking about getting after the football. So, I mean, and then when Bradbury, I mean, looks and talking Slate, I mean, that is the most, to me, that is the definition of a well-rounded team. So I look at that and I see those guys, and I always go back to, what do you have to do to step up? What does it look like on the other side? Well, I don't care what the announcers are saying. The
Right.
Chiefs weren't supposed to be in this Super Bowl because the Bengals were picked to win. So you have
Right.
to play that game. You look great on paper. It's a lot of people that look good on paper. The Broncos looked amazing on paper.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I don't want to talk about that. What I want to talk about is what happens when you when you get in there and you start playing. And what I'm banking on is the Chiefs have been to this now 3 times. You know what I mean? And some of those guys on that exact team have been there with each other, holding hands in that locker room 3 times. Now, yes, you got some young guys that came over, but it's not like they haven't been there. Like I was looking at MBS, and he was like, yeah, we I was with Aaron. These guys have experience. They may not some of the younger guys, but I feel like there's enough veterans on that team. And then I like what I saw when the rookies needed to step up in the last game. I like what I saw. The moment didn't seem too big for them. Yeah, early on they made a couple mistakes, but at the end they adjusted, which is the best thing you want to see, is the adjustment that, okay, I messed up. I'm not doing the same thing over and over again. So I'm excited. I mean, I like what I see with the Eagles, but I'm looking at it different. I don't see an overwhelming, I keep hearing 10, 12 points Eagles. I don't see that at all.
I think where I feel that heavily favors the Chiefs is the coaching staff. Andy Reid, Steve Spagnuolo, Eric Bieniemy, Matt Nagy, Dave Merritt, the secondary coach who trusted these rookies from day one in training camp. Nothing against Nick Sirianni, nothing against him and that staff at all, because they were great. But I think knowing that Andy Reid and the rest of the coaching staff is able to take these kids, especially the rookies in the secondary, and preach to them, okay, Jalen Watson, you're going to be manned up on AJ Brown. Trent McDuffie, you're going to be in the slot on Watkins. L'Jarius Sneed or Joshua Williams, you're going to be on the outside on Devontae Smith. So it's going to be something that I feel I trust the coaches to put these players in a situation to be successful. Definitely come this Sunday. Now that's defense to offense, but in totality, I think Spags will have, or Andy Reid will be able to scheme to this defensive line or this defensive front 5. Really, if you consider it, Reddick, they list him as a linebacker. He comes off the end, so there's 5 guys that can get after the quarterback. I look for McKinnon to stay in pass routes a lot. I think Patrick will obviously have to get rid of the ball fast, but I trust Andy Reid, and I think the Chiefs have a better, more superior coaching staff for this game going into Sunday night for the Super Bowl. And it's not going to be a loud and heavy Eagles crowd that's going to be on top of this team. It's going to be split. And some may even say there might probably even be more Chiefs fans. So It's going to be a game both teams will be up for, but I'm definitely going to give the Chiefs coaching staff the edge going into Sunday's game.
I definitely give them the edge. I agree with that 100%.
Absolutely.
And that's no knock on Sirianni and
Sirianni.
his crew, because they've been around for 2 years. Andy Reid, come on. He's long in the
Right.
tooth. He's been around, he's done that. And then if we want to move on, so we've talked about the offense, defense, and the coaches, let's talk about the quarterbacks. The edge has to go to Patrick, right? So, and that's definitely not a knock on Jalen Hurts. He's
No.
doing great and he's gonna do great things. But that experience, and it's something that Patrick said, I think that stings with the rest of the guys. Somebody asked him the other night on NFL Live or whatever it was, what are you taking more from, the win, the Super Bowl win, or Super Bowl loss? He didn't hesitate. Super Bowl loss. That hurt. That stung. So there's some other guys on the team too. That Super Bowl loss, they know that feeling. They don't want it. They don't want
Kelsey,
it again.
Jones, they all
that,
felt that. Clark, they
right.
felt that.
Yeah.
So those type of things that drive you, that I'm not saying that the Eagles aren't driven or whatever, and they also realize how hard it is to get back there. So there's different things playing in the favor, and I think against both teams. And when I say against, it's not really like, oh my God, they can't do this. But you called out some names like Bradbury, Slay, Gardner-Webb, all those guys back there. Yeah, Patrick's got to have all his eyes and tentacles and all that up, because those guys, that's what's been really impressive to me from a defense perspective for the Eagles
I would say
all year.
I would say this though. I mean, the AFC almost was constructed to get after Patrick. You understand? Whether it's the Chargers, whether it was the Raiders, he's been dodging some dudes all year long. I mean, he playing twice a year. I mean, you talking about Bosa and Mac. I mean, he's had people getting after him, and I think that's going to help.
Yes.
That is going to help. That he has been pretty much running for 6 games. For 6 games. Denver, Chargers, and the Raiders. So I don't know that I'm as worried about him getting away so much, because that same line has had to protect him versus the Chargers, the Raiders, and Denver. And no one thinks that the Denver had a crappy defense. No one thinks that the Chargers had a bad. Nobody feels that way. So the Chargers in the playoffs. So I feel like that, as looking at it from where everybody else was coming from, some of the other teams where they didn't necessarily have somebody getting after them, 6 games. Patrick has been dealing with that. So I'm not saying it's another day, but it shouldn't be foreign to him to get on his bike and move if he need to move. Man, and so I'm banking on that.
Yeah. You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Not to mention the defensive line from his own division, the entire conference. He had to go up against the Bengals twice and Von Miller when he was in Buffalo. So he's gone up against some great.
To me, this is no knock. This is no knock on the lines, lines or any of those teams, or the knock. What I'm more concerned about is the secondary of Philly, because I don't think Patrick has seen a secondary like that. That's one of the best to me. That's one of the best secondaries in the league that I've seen all year. Them guys are all over the place. So that's the thing that would concern me. Like you said, Bradbury, when he played last year, so he got a little taste of Patrick, right? So the rest of them didn't. I know he has respect for him. I got a lot of respect for Bradbury. I hated to see him go. Darius Slay. I mean, the way they played against, and understand what I'm saying, and I'm not comparing the two. I'm just talking about the way that they're in sync. The way they played like Minnesota, Kirk Cousins probably thought it was 22 people out there playing defense. Right? The beginning of the season, and we know it was because he was throwing interceptions left and right. Like they were like the receivers. And I've seen that in other games. We saw that with Daniel Jones. It was like, dude was right there. Bradbury was right there waiting on it. And it was just like, he got that pick 6 early. So he's to me like the quiet dude. He's the guy you don't hear his name a lot. That's the guy that you got to really be concerned about. But I'm just like we're saying it, if we see it, Patrick and the coaches, they've seen it. So they know.
I'm banking on the fact that I think that Pat will be getting rid of that ball quickly. I'm thinking, Andy, they're going to be scheming something up. They know that Pat does not have time to be hanging on, trying to look super deep. I mean, I think he'll take his shot when he can, when he's escaped the pocket. You know how when he gets around them and he knows and he does his check back to the back and he feels comfortable to take a shot. But I think that he knows that he's going to have to stick to a game plan, and then he's going to have to adjust after halftime when they go in and figure out some things. So, hey, I've said it all. I've said it over and over again. This is going to be a tough matchup, period.
Yeah.
The Chiefs this
Nobody
week.
denies that.
Yeah, the Chiefs this week activated Clyde Edwards-Helaire back to the roster when they put McCole Hardman on the injured reserve with his
I hate
injury.
to see McCole go.
But I think I didn't like the idea of bringing McCole because I felt like, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, because I felt like you should have got another wide receiver from the practice squad or whatnot. But I think the reason why they brought Clyde Edwards-Helaire back is to screen pass. They're going to have to screen pass with Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Jerick McKinnon to play some of that swing pass out of the backfield because of the pass rush and because of the cornerbacks that Philadelphia Eagles have. So I think just moving the chains, getting downfield, getting scoring opportunities. If Clyde Edwards-Helaire is an extra weapon out of the backfield at receiving passes, then I'm all for it because that's what it's going to take. Keep first downs. Go ahead.
Where's
Tinesha.
your confidence, Shaggy? Tell me, where's your confidence level with him having
with
not
Clyde
played? Yeah,
my confidence
I'm not
with him.
comfortable.
If I don't expect him to come in and get 8 to 10 carries at all, no. But if he needs to spell McKinnon as a getting out of the backfield to catch a pass and pick up 8 yards for a first down, that's where I'm looking. I'm not looking for superstars. I'm looking for chain movers. Clyde Edwards-Helaire can give us that on 3 or 4 plays, and I'm good.
You know
so
what?
My question, let me just get in here real quick.
Ahead,
my question is, why haven't the Chiefs done that with Ronald Jones? He's good. We've seen him throw
there it is.
That's the $1 million question. I don't know.
It's like he's wasting.
I don't need a question.
I don't get it. Yeah.
I don't know.
Or maybe they've been doing something we don't know about and he'll come out the gates. But to me, it's going to be Pacheco, McKinnon, Jones, then Clyde.
Yeah.
Jones has shown that he can do these things.
Yeah, I know. He's shown he can do it with Tampa Bay, but we don't know. I'm just as shocked as you, Linda, watching the Chiefs every single day on Twitter and being a fan, watching them, thinking, man, Ronald Jones has got some good film. Hell, he's with Team Steinberg. What more does he have to do to be closer to Patrick Mahomes? But anyway, I don't know why he isn't in the mix more than getting 1 or 2 carries a game.
Well, he seems patient in the things that he said, because he was even talking about, just waiting his turn. And when he gets in there, he's productive. Okay, right. Tinesha, I'm sorry I stepped on you.
No, knock that out. No, what I'm saying is that I don't know. I almost feel like now is the time, like a mixed bag. You understand? That is the whole point. I mean, people always say go with what you know, but they've had time to know Ronald Jones. And when he's had his opportunities, I feel like he's done very well with them. So the confidence to lean on him in certain situations, and that Andy will do that. When you saw him put more back to get those punts, literally you don't know what's coming up. And I kind of feel like he's been holding back just a smidget, of what he has. He's been kind of holding it back. And you got fresh legs, and Ronald Jones was the number 1 for Tampa Bay. We've seen nothing. He hasn't been injury prone. I feel like this may be the game where he and Pacheco get to getting after it, and then they use McKinnon and Clyde for them, little
whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But so I'm not sure,
but I'm expecting to see that.
Why not? That would be great, but I think all year long the Chiefs running back wise have dressed Jerick McKinnon, Isaiah Pacheco, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And 1 fullback in Michael Burton. So if it comes to game time, that means they're going to have to dress 4 running backs. Does that mean they're going to make Michael Burton inactive? So don't be surprised if Ronald Jones is inactive. I would be upset because I feel like
I hope not.
I feel like he could bring what you just said, fresh legs. He could bring a different look, but Clyde Edwards-Helaire also could be inactive. But I just think maybe it's the ultimate trump card. Maybe it's ultimate poker face from Andy Reid. We're sitting here speculating. Is it going to be Clyde? Is it going to be Is it going to be Ronald Jones? But I think at the end of the day, if he's not going to surprise anybody, he's going to stick to his guns, and it's going to be Jerick McKinnon catching the balls out of the backfield and Pacheco being the leading carrier on the ground.
You know,
I see that.
That's good because obviously McCole had to go to IR. So you bringing up,
Yeah.
That broke
CH
my
is
heart. I really like McCole. You know,
yeah,
I've been a big
yeah.
McCole
She's
Hardman fan.
Linda's a big
Right.
McCole fan, and I'm not gonna lie. After what we had saw at the end of last year and what he was giving us before he went down, I thought, man, McCole's finally got to where he needs to be, and we about to see something. So when he went back out, I was like, good lord, But I'm
Right.
not gonna lie. After what you just said, that's interesting. I got to think about that. But I almost feel like, are we getting a really, really healthy CH? And you know what I mean? Like he's
Right.
had all this time to get back, and now we're going to bring him back in? Or is CH really not right? And like you said, everybody's now trying to game plan for somebody that's not, or
Let's
whatever.
hope.
I mean, I don't
Right.
know. Like, what was the extent of is Clyde's injury? What exactly do you know what he actually
I think it was a knee this
hit?
It
year.
was a knee.
Was it
Yeah.
knee?
Yeah. So, but he's been injured all 3 years. So
Hell
Right.
yeah, hip.
if
Right.
if he doesn't play, there won't be any Chiefs fans bummed. Not
No.
that they hate him. That's not a knock on him. But if
Right.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire is inactive for the Super Bowl, there won't be any Chiefs fans really upset about it because Isaiah Pacheco has become a star and Jerick McKinnon is having a sensational year. So I think the only reason I did bring up the possibility of Clyde because they did bring him on the active roster. So
Yeah. Everybody saw
Right.
that, but obviously, McCole had to go, so we want
right,
to keep him on. And this is year, it's his money year, so
yeah,
I thought that was more of a strategic
So
thing. So yeah.
I I got a question because I saw a lot of Chiefs fans throwing some shade to us Giants fans, talking about how could we give up Kadarius Tony or whatever. I think
Oh,
Kadarius
I
Tony
knew
is a
she was going
great,
for it.
yeah. Well, I think he's a great talent. My problem is he can't stay healthy, and you're
hmm
dealing with that now. So what Kadarius Tony is going to come out there, in the Super Bowl,
I
and then yeah, go ahead.
I hope and pray a healthy one. I got
Yes,
a jersey back up here along with my Creed Humphrey and my big Mahomes show sweatshirt. So I'm pulling for Kadarius. He was the
me
spark.
too.
He was the
Yeah.
spark that we definitely needed this season, and he looked great against the Raiders. And he made that one cut move, and it seemed like once he made that one cut move last Sunday in Cincinnati, he went down fast. So let's
That was
hope.
it.
Did you remember?
I saw it. I saw
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, we
I think
remember.
me and Tanisha were on the phone. I
I
said he's
seen it
hurt.
when it
The way
when
he went down, I said he's
as
not getting
soon I
up.
said, I looked right over. I said, oh shit. I
But
yeah.
said,
I've seen it.
excuse me. I
I've seen
said,
it
we in
from with the
trouble.
Giants. He'll
Yep,
make that great play and then he goes down. I'm like, that's it for that's it for this
Would it be
game.
on a
that's
cut?
it.
Would Linda, when you watched him on the New York Giants, when Kadarius Tony would get hurt during a game, was it during a cut like the one he gets the AFC Championship game, or would he just get tackled and then he wouldn't come back into the game?
It was usually something with his hamstring. He's got really bad hamstring problems. I don't know what that is. So yeah, some of it was with a cut, and then he had like ankles. To be honest with you, when he came over to the Chiefs, I think he was just done with the Giants. I think he was healthy enough to play because he showed up and he played the next week. He was just ready to go, and rightfully so. If you're that unhappy with something, and they were constantly on him, the New York sports
Yeah,
press can be hard on
man.
him. So he said,
Oh
"I
yeah,
wish him
they hard.
nothing." Yeah, and I wish him nothing but the best. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm concerned, like
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs fans, like don't put all your eggs in that basket yet. Let's
It's
get him to
already in it.
play.
My basket's loaded.
I
My
know.
basket's loaded, Linda. I'm
I want
sorry.
to see him.
The
I
pride,
do want
don't,
to see him be successful because he just looks so happy. And I'm not one of those fans like,
You're
I
not a
hope
hater.
he never play. Yeah, I'm
You're
not.
not a
right.
I'm not
hater.
there. So I'm
Well,
You're
all
not a
for this
hater.
young man to go over there. And I mean, how great. If it's lined up, that's what God wants from him. Let him go get a Super Bowl ring. You know what I mean?
well,
Absolutely.
But
if his ankle's sore, let's just hope he uses his straight line speed this Sunday and doesn't try to juke
Well,
everybody
I
to
don't want to
take
hear
it.
about
because
no.
he's
I don't
fast.
want to hear. I don't want to hear about no sore ankles.
You know,
I don't want to hear about a sore ankle.
of course
I
not.
Well, it's
I
Especially
don't
on
want
hard
to
a
hear
for
that.
super
them.
high
It's
ankle.
hard. It's different. It's different, right? I know what you're saying. Like
Mm-hmm.
you plant and you
Yeah, I don't want to
throw,
hear that.
but somebody who's trying to put a move on somebody, it's just like
Mm-hmm.
basketball, right?
Mm-hmm.
You you can't. If that ankle is hurt, you know how they talk about breaking ankles. If that ankle's hurt, you can't change direction like that. And so, like you're
Hmm.
saying, if he get the hard line straight plays, he can do that. But don't expect him to be making these like crazy,
You know what?
stop
And
and go.
that's the gift of Andy Reid. If you know this
Yeah,
dude is struggling, going from left to right, you know what I mean, and we need some straight line speed, then I'm sure Andy Reid and them came up with something. But
yeah,
like I said, I don't want to hear a lot of ankle talk because
Well,
I watched little Pat hobble. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? If he can hobble off one and get up and do something, I want to see somebody grinding out. And you didn't have what two because he went out early in that last game in the Bengals game. He went out pretty early, so we were
yeah.
talking about additional 2
It's
weeks on
different
top of
though. I
that.
know you don't want to hear anybody talk about because he
Nah.
did it, but I mean, you take somebody like a Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen is running every play. He's running a route on every play.
But he
So if
not
you
in that
got
position. He
receivers,
not running every play. That's
I'm
my
just saying
point.
if he is different, but you can't compare a quarterback running to a wide
No,
receiver
no,
running
no. Listen
or
to me. What I'm
a running
saying
back.
is in his
Yeah.
position where you're talking about you got Moore, you got MVS, you got Juju. They're rotating them out. You know, the Chiefs are notorious for you don't know what the hell you about to get. People they're just constantly switching people out. So it's not like they're asking him to go out there and be a number two and stay out there and run every route, you coming out there. No, that's not his role. So that's what I mean by that because it's going to be limited regardless because you know what I'm saying. You hadn't even been here, but for so long. So
Okay. Now I just want you
I'm
to. I was just
expecting that from.
qualifying the statement of saying
Yeah, well,
somebody's ankle.
I'm
If
just
one
letting you know. I'm
person
just
does it, then
saying.
the
I'm
next
basing that
person should
off
do it.
of. I'm basing
Okay.
that off of what they need from you, like what you've been able to give them. Come in, give them something, a couple of flash plays, whatever. That's what I'm expecting from you. I mean, 1, 2, whatever. I mean, I'm not expecting you to go out there and be in that game 24. I have not seen one Chiefs game where
No, that's
Kadarius
not
Tony
what
is
I was
lined
saying.
up.
So we
I'm not.
can.
I didn't
Yeah,
say that's
we
what you
can.
were
Okay.
saying. That's why
Okay.
I'm letting you know. I don't want to hear that because I'm saying it based off the fact I know that's not going to be his role. He ain't going to go out there and be up there playing every play like a Kelsey. You know what I mean? Out there
No, I got you.
damn
You
near the
just
whole
threw the
game.
comparison in
Yeah,
there
yeah,
of
yeah. My
Patrick
bad.
Hoblin. That has
Yeah,
nothing to
my
do
bad.
with
Yeah, my
yeah,
bad.
because every
And
player,
that was fair.
you know,
That was fair rebuttal because that's right. There's two different
yeah,
positions. You're right.
yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
right.
All
Two
right. Cool.
and two different people. Two different
Kadarius
people.
Absolutely.
Kadarius Tony was a full participant at practice today, so
Oh well,
we'll
hell, that's
That's
hopefully
good
even
because I
better.
know
improve.
yesterday they said
I
he wasn't, so
appreciate
that's
that.
a
Yeah,
good thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
so that's a
appreciate
good
that.
thing.
yeah,
So
definitely.
let's flip over. Let's talk about. I want to talk about AJ Brown. Who do you
Woo!
think if you
Lord, I'm
get
mad at them
what's the
Titans.
key to stopping him? And then
Stopping
we're gonna go to
him
Smith or
is
slowing him down. What's the key?
the stopping him is making sure that you get pressure on the quarterback, and the quarterback already shows potential. Bless you. The quarterback's already showing potential to run. So I would hope
Huh?
the same scheme that went into effect defensively week 1 against Kyler Murray. Now I know
Yeah,
the Eagles are totally different than the
Yeah,
Arizona
yeah, yeah.
Cardinals, but those are the same types of quarterbacks that can run the football and run the football for a lot of yards. But specifically, I hope that Dave Merritt. I mean, we've been holding our breaths, championing these rookies that are thrown out on the field. 3 cornerbacks played most of the AFC Championship game, and 2 of them had interceptions. And Trent McDuffie dropped an interception in the first
He did.
quarter.
Thank
So,
you. Thank
so,
they
you.
were very impressive. They
Right
were
so,
there.
very impressive.
so
Yeah,
these kids, these rookies, 4th round draft pick, 1st round draft pick in McDuffie, and a 7th round draft pick in Jalen Watson, they got to use their size to possibly slow them down. Don't let it get in their heads that, man, this is AJ Brown. He's a beast. He can ball. He can go up for it. Man, I'm a big fan of his. I've been watching him since he was with the Titans. They got to
right.
man up and be physical. I don't know if that means zone coverage or if they're going to man him from the line of scrimmage. I don't know what Dave Merritt and Spagnuolo have planned yet, but I trust what Dave Merritt, the secondary coach, has done this season because there isn't anything scarier when you're a playoff caliber team going into the season when you know that one of your cornerbacks is a rookie. And the Chiefs have consistently put out their 3 cornerbacks that are rookies with a rookie safety and Brian Cook making 4 rookies in the secondary. So,
That
on one hand, I could say I'm concerned. On the other hand, I could say, well, we're playing with house money. We got nothing to lose. These are just kids. They don't know any
yeah.
better. They've been playing
Right.
this way all season. Just go out and do it. What you got, Tanisha?
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah.
What you just said is that, when you let some of your guys go, that you let go some of the studs that we let walk off that team, you knew you were taking a risk. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Now, did you know that he was going to be thrown out here when it was Super Bowl time? Probably not. But you probably weren't banking that we were going to be in the Super Bowl to begin with when you went decided that we're going to let some of this stuff and we're going to go younger, right? The Reeds, we're going to go younger, right? So
Right.
my whole thing is that now you've been watching these guys this whole time. I feel like you kind of know their weaknesses and you know their strengths. I'm expecting the coaches to do what coaches do and put them in the best position, which is what you said earlier. Because like I said, AJ Brown is AJ Brown. I'm still mad at the Titans. I don't know what the hell they was thinking. I'd have fired everybody. You know what I'm
They
saying? I'm just
did.
like, what are y'all
They
doing?
did, right.
They
As
fired a
soon
gentleman.
you think I'm like, as soon as AJ was like on him, I was like, I was texting Pat, hey man, AJ Brown don't look like he happy. I was like texting, I was sending text messages. You know what I mean? Like, boom, you see this dude tripping, whatever. And I was like, he ready to roll. You know what I mean? Like, as soon as they did, so I'm still mad at them for that because that is an amazing pickup. But like I said, I don't want to hear that because you felt comfortable you felt comfortable at the beginning of this season that you had enough. You had the trade deadline come back. You had enough. So I listen. You must have seen something that made you feel that comfortable because when we were that far down in the end, we knew we had a good chance to be in the damn playoffs, and we were probably going to be seed 1 or seed 2. So I don't want to hear that. I want to see what you saw. That's what I'm banking on.
Yeah.
I want to see what
And
you saw.
Jalen Watson's got 2 game interceptions in the playoffs, and one of them was one-handed. He's showing a lot of potential.
Oh hell yeah, I
You
saw
know,
that dude. He went up and got that shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Brought it back.
Joshua Williams is tall physical corner.
Mhm.
He came right in. L'Jarius Sneed went out after the third play of the game. I mean, these kids got so much playoff experience that a lot of NFL
rare.
career cornerbacks
Yeah,
will
it's
never
rare.
get. So they're going to
Mhm.
have it for so many years to come. And that's something to champion. I want to win this game Sunday so bad. But
Yeah.
if you look, regardless of what happens Sunday, take out what happens Sunday and look where the Chiefs are at the end come Monday. Okay, well, the cornerback's position set. You got Brian Cook, the safety. He's a rookie. He's set. They're set. And if they
Yep.
play well, if the rookies don't look like they're overwhelmed in this
Yeah.
big, massive game, the Super Bowl, then I think if it's not too big for them, the Chiefs are set. The Chiefs are set for many years to come in the secondary. I'm stoked.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
I agree.
absolutely. And I actually, we were talking about this last week. I feel like the fact that they got thrown out there in such an important game, you don't get to the damn Super Bowl is extra. You had to win the game, the AFC Championship game to get there, and I felt like those guys really stepped up. So I'm excited. I'm hoping that you got them, you got those little you got the butterflies out, everything.
And
So now you know what it takes.
Yeah, those Bengals
And-
wide receivers were not too big
Shit.
for the 3 Chiefs rookies. That was huge.
Right.
The Bengals
Right.
wide receivers, and I'll
Right.
keep saying this. I
Right.
feel more confident that the Bengals, which was Chase, Higgins, and Boyd, to me, I'd take them over what the Eagles have, straight up. And if they can just do what they did, I think we're there.
And I think
Amen.
all of us, we have
I would.
we're, we may be a little, rooting for the Chiefs or rooting, however you go. But I just don't
I'm trying to be
understand.
honest.
I've been watching, I've been watching all weekend. I just don't see where people are just saying where it's like a clear thing that, the Eagles are going to win this game. And I don't see where it's so clear where the Chiefs are you're going to make your pick. Everybody's going to make their pick. This should be one of the best Super Bowls we've seen in a long time. There's a lot of talent on both sides, and that's what I'm looking for. I don't want a blowout on either side. I want a good game. Tanisha, I know
Yeah,
you need a blowout because you can't handle a close game.
Well, for my heart's sake, for the heart meds that I'll be taking, I
Right.
would like a blowout. But that's the problem. I by no shape, form, fashion. I'm on record for saying 3-6 is what I'm going with. It's a tight game. I don't know how it's gonna go down, but it's gonna be between 3 to 6 points. The final score of the game. So that's where I'm at.
In favor of the
But-
Chiefs.
In favor of the Chiefs, yeah, absolutely. And we'll talk about it. They said we can get to that part too, but I'm just simply saying, I'm like what you saying. I don't see what the announcers are seeing. Like I saw Lance, one of the Chiefs fans sent me something. It was like 46 out of 50 announcers for ESPN pick Eagles, the Eagles. And I was like,
Well,
God,
aren't those the
dog.
same ones that picked? Aren't those the same ones that picked the Bengals? So a
The
lot of people
same
lost
ones.
credibility, and
But
those are
that's what
some
I'm
that said
saying.
the Chiefs
But I'm just
wouldn't even
saying,
make it
but
to the
that's how
Super Bowl.
confident. That's how confident they are. And I'm like, God, ain't nobody giving these guys a chance. Didn't they just do something special? So, like I said, it's also probably a good thing for the Chiefs to be a little bit of an underdog. You done
Right.
you done went to
Yeah.
your last 2 games, you've been the underdog. At
Right.
home, well, and you've been the underdog both times. So hey, let's see what they're gonna do. Let's see if they step up to the challenge. So I kind of like them being the underdog, walking in that stadium knowing that everybody think you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
I want to see
What
what
you
they're
got,
gonna do with that.
Shaggy? Yeah. What you got?
Brian
I don't. You
Daboll
don't have to
just
give us
played this
exact.
year.
I know, and I'm excited
Oh,
about that.
and he
You
should
know,
have.
we're peaking at.
Brian Daboll just won
And he
Coach of the Year.
should have.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's my prediction.
Just get it.
Okay, the Chiefs will win the coin toss and defer. The Eagles will go right down the field, 7 plays, 75 yards, and get a touchdown. The Chiefs
Okay.
will go down the field and kick a field goal and make 7-3. The Eagles will do it again, go 7 plays, 75 yards for another touchdown. It's going to be 14-3 Eagles. Then the Chiefs are going to put a long, sustained drive together, convert 2 fourth-down conversions, and get a touchdown, and it'll be 14-10. It'll be game on at that point. It'll be 14-10 near the end of the second quarter. Spags will have 14 plays to decipher what the Eagles are doing, and Andy Reid will be able to look and see what the Eagles defense is doing. The Chiefs will take care of the rest in the second half. Chiefs will win 34-24. Patrick Mahomes will win his second Super Bowl MVP. That's the MVP
Wow.
I like.
You heard it
Okay.
live, straight from Shaggy
Shagadamas.
That's how
What? You heard
that's
it. He done
that's how
predicted it all. I love
that's
it.
that's
love
how
it.
that is how Spagnuolo does on defense. The Chiefs don't come out and get a 3 and out on defense. The opposing offenses always go down the field. Like our defense isn't even there. It's kind of like Spagnuolo says, okay, I want to see their tendencies. I want to see what they like to do. Let's just see what they do. Let's see what they want to do. Because even if we get down 14-3, we got them right where we want them because we know their
Wow.
tendencies. We know what they like to do. It's just how Spagnuolo does it. It's how he's always done it. And especially with the rookies and Dave Merritt, the secondary's coach, it's just how they've done it all along. And that's how I feel it's going to prevail. And I've seen the Washington Commanders, Taylor Heineke, take it to Philadelphia this year on Monday Night Football, and they really dominated in Philly.
They did.
And I was thinking to myself, what is going on here?
They did. That game, I couldn't figure it out, but that defensive coordinator figured it out.
You know, yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you what, Shaggy. Yeah, I'm coming to Kansas City next year. You owe me, and Tinesha owe me, because y'all getting these Giants. You know, Spags used to belong to us, the Giants. Y'all got him. He can
won
get
you
to
2
another
Super
Super
Bowls.
Bowl.
He's got to win us 2, right?
Right. Now
won
y'all got
y'all 2.
Kadarius. Now y'all got Kadarius Tony. He gonna help you get one in there. So I don't know. I don't know what y'all owe me yet, but we gonna see.
We'll work
Hey,
that
well,
out.
you know what? I always pay my debt. I'm like a Lannister up in this joint. I'm always pay my debt. So if you beat me, you on record. You know I'm gonna pay my debt. So Shaggy, don't even worry about it. I'll take care of it. You just make sure you get me to the right the right happy hour section.
All right. So Shaggy,
it's a long trip.
I'm gonna be. Are you doing your show right after the Super Bowl?
Yes, I'm going live right after the Super Bowl on the Shaggy Shane show.
That'd be awesome.
Okay.
And we'll probably do a show with Starcade Media, Arrowhead Allies. My brothers, Clint Schweitzer and Noah Groniger, are on Radio Row all this week. I've sent you guys stuff that they've done. Clint talked to Patrick today, asked him a question about Big 12 quarterbacks making it in the NFL. But yes, I will be doing a show right afterwards.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to Patrick winning another Super Bowl. We could have another on the cover, win another Super Bowl like he did 3 years ago. I'm stoked. Tinesha, it must seem surreal to you that your older brother had a baby, and then you got to watch him grow while watching your older brother have success, and then your nephew grow into the success at White House, Texas Tech to Chiefs Kingdom. I can't thank you enough for your friendship and for just being a great aunt, a great friend, and a great little sister, man. You're awesome, Tinesha. And I can't
thank you very much. And it is a very good feeling. God is lighting me up.
Yeah,
Here
and
I
thank
am
you,
right
Linda.
by it all. Yeah.
Yep.
So I feel I'm very blessed, and obviously I want my nephew to walk away happy. And like I said, I've since the day he walked out on that field to watch. I've now watched two guys, my brother and his son, live out their dreams on the big stage, and and that's just it's rare in itself, and I'm super blessed to have seen it. And like I said, go Chiefs. How about them Chiefs? We about to have a good time. I'm gonna stroke out. You probably need to check on me at halftime, make sure I'm still pumping.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very, very proud. Very proud on it.
And
Excellent.
Shaggy, as always, we appreciate your support. Every time we put something out, you're behind us. You've been behind us
You
since the
ain't me hit that
beginning.
salute,
So
did you?
nothing but love. Nothing but
Love you
love.
both.
So
Thank you very
again,
much. Let's
same
get
Thank you,
here.
this. Go
Shaq.
Chiefs.
Thanks for coming
Go.
on the show. We can't wait. Can't wait to see what's happening. We might have to have just a follow-up show next week just to talk about stuff.
Just yeah,
So we'll see
absolutely.
what's
No
going
win,
on.
lose, or draw. Yeah,
Give me a
let's
All
holler.
get
right.
Go
it.
Right.
Chiefs.
There
Go
you go.
Chiefs.
All right. We'll be right back after this break, everybody. All right, welcome back, everybody. I think we were talking, so I don't know if everybody heard Shaggy when he said that Brian Dable got the Coach of the Year.
Oh,
So I'm excited
absolutely.
about that for my
And
Giants.
he
Yeah,
deserved it.
well deserved. Yeah, there were a
Congratulations,
couple
Linda.
of people that were right there. I mean, the Lions. I mean, you could even talk about Sirianni. It was some coaches that was right there, but I think Dable they got it right. I believe they got
Absolutely.
it right. So definitely,
Yeah.
definitely
For
excited
me,
about that.
it would have been him or probably I say Shanahan for working with what he got thrown, but definitely Dayball. He went in, he changed the culture of that organization. They bought into it, and when you see that type of change, guy, you gotta acknowledge it. So I thought he was number one. We talked about this. I thought he would win it, and he did win it. So very
Yeah,
very proud,
yeah,
very happy
yeah.
for you guys.
Yep. All right, so let's we got some crazy stuff going on, right? Let's
Hmm.
jump over. I got it in order here, but we're gonna jump back. Let's start at the bottom. Let's start with the NFL coaching changes. So we got a couple of additions. We could talk about Brian Flores. He's leaving Pittsburgh and going to be the offensive coordinator for the Vikings.
Hmm.
I mean, excuse me, defensive coordinator for the Vikings. What do you think about
I
that?
know, yeah. Well, hell, I don't know why Miami lost their mind and let him go. I mean, what did he not? What did he do wrong? I'm still trying to figure that out. Like, uh, maybe I guess the end of it was Tua wasn't feeling at home. I'm not sure what happened, but considering that if rumors are true, they wanted him to go in there and do things, and he did it the right way, and he won games, and it just didn't sit with the plan of them, quote unquote, tanking or losing or whatever they needed to do to get the picks that they were trying to get or whatever the case may be. I thought Brian did a very good job. This is football. I'm a quote. There's no crying in baseball. I don't expect my football coach to be sensitive. So if he came off a little too hard or whatever the case may be, this is football. We're
Right.
not playing badminton. We're not playing a golf. Like I need you. I need my quarterback. And my quarterback or whoever it is to be coached hard and get out there and play. So I never did understand that. I thought he should have been right where he was. And if he would have been the coach of that team right now, I mean, I don't know. Like think about that. The way that
I
they
mean,
were
it's in the
playing with the
yeah. We'll
players that
find
they have now.
right, and I think
I
we'll
don't know.
find out all of that when there's a court case still pending and all that. We know there's a lot of
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hell
mess
yeah,
that
it
went
is.
on with that, but yeah, we could go on
Yeah.
forever. But Steve
I like
Wilkes, I
him.
mean,
I like
Steve
it's
Wilkes,
a
a
great
guy,
pickup.
yeah, Steve Wilkes, he got picked up by the 49ers.
Yeah.
I think that was a good pickup by them. Also, I
Man.
thought Steve Wilkes, because we talked about it last week. I was surprised that he did not get the head coaching job in Carolina. I thought that they did him wrong there. Um,
Yeah. But we
So
also thought we talked about we thought that the Raiders did the last interim coach wrong there. So as much as
yeah,
I thought they should have had it, I'm not even surprised because I've seen it before that they just don't treat the interim coach like he's a real coach. I don't know what that's about. But he
yeah. I've
turned that
seen some
that
teams.
around.
Yeah, but some teams that do promote. But those were the top two that I wanted to talk about. Let's
Hmm.
move to WNBA trades and news. So, we saw those trades. Candace Parker going to the
Hmm.
Aces, Stewie going to New York, um, Aces being accused of some things, with those
Yeah.
trades. And now there's more news out on the Aces and more to follow. But it was a statement made that they've been accused they're under their salary cap, and everybody's wondering how are you getting all these players under your salary cap, saying that there were payments made under the table, so to speak. So there's an investigation going on in that. I hope none of that is true. I
I
like the
sure hope not.
organization. Yeah, I like the people that are in the front office or whatever, but yeah, we
We
don't
don't
want to
need
see
that
that.
controversy. This past year they raised a lot of money to give them, even more recognition. I don't want to see I don't want to see controversy in
Right,
WNBA. I really don't.
right.
They don't have a lot of room for error. They built it up. They've grinded it out, did what they need to do. I don't want to see something like that set them back. So yeah, I hope
Yeah.
that's not true.
And
I
let's
really do.
talk about these two. I call them, it's a lot of trades, but the two I only want to talk about two blockbuster trades in the NBA.
Yeah. Hmm.
We're gonna talk about Kyrie Irving to Dallas. Had his debut last night, 24 points. Dallas beat the Clippers. He played
Hmm.
well. Luca didn't play, so we don't know what they look like together.
Hmm.
Um, that's one. What do you think about that?
I mean, I knew Kyrie wanted out. I watched the whole thing go down with the him posting the link and to the video or the book or whatever, and I watched the owner of the organization and said what I felt like he should do, pull Kyrie. This is a guy you can walk downstairs and talk to. He seemed to be more so broadcasting it on social media. I thought that was a bit strange. The demands that they wanted from Kyrie, I thought was a smidget strange. So it is not surprising to me that Kyrie was like, "Get me the hell up out of here!" The first opportunity he could. So I was not shocked
Are
at
you
all about the
surprised
trade.
where he landed? Are you surprised where he
Yes, I
landed?
am. Yes, I
Okay.
am.
Do you think it's a good fit?
Yeah, because here's the thing, and no
Hmm.
disrespect to Luca, because you know how I love me some Luca. Like there is no disrespect to Luca, but just like certain people, you get there, you keep bumping your head, keep bumping your head, keep bumping your head. Maybe you need a little help. And I can't think of anybody better that handle that rock. You know what I'm saying? And that's no disrespect to Curry, because we know Curry got the shot. But when we talking about straight handling rock beam up, no
Yeah.
sir. Luca just got a dime, and I'm hoping that Luca's okay with sharing, because yes, your numbers are going to go down, but the team I believe is going to be better. So as
Hmm.
long as we get the baller Kyrie, no controversy, Earth is flat, no shots, all that. As long as we get Kyrie, who seems to be happy that he's in a place that he said that feel like that they want him there and he wanted to be there. So if we can get the baller Kyrie, I think that is not a bad situation. And Luka will be a lot happier when he's doing this.
I think. Well, I think. Yeah. I look at it a little different. I think you're gonna get the ball of Kyrie wherever you go. But I think is it now because Luca's playing the one
But
through
Luka
the
didn't really
five.
have anybody that was
No,
it
but
was all Luka.
right. It was all Luca. And Luca likes having the ball in his hands. So now you got to get the ball up because you have a point guard. So is he going to be okay with that? Because his numbers are going to go down. So it's going to be a big change. So are you
Absolutely.
okay with that? Is that ego? It's going to be an ego check, gut check, all that other stuff. So I want to see how that works with both of them on the floor. And at the end of the game, all the shots have to go through Luca, or can you send some of these shots through Kyrie? So what's going to change on that team? So I think they're going to be some changes on that team because you got to give Kyrie been to the promised land.
Dude, send my butt. Kyrie, if Kyrie got that rock, he is shooting it if it's open, and I don't blame him. He going
Yeah.
to the hole it's gonna start with him. You understand what I'm saying? I mean,
Well,
when
is it?
Kyrie, just like, let's talk about it. I mean, Kyrie was
That's
with
what I'm saying. We don't
LeBron.
know.
They did
Yeah,
well together. They did very well together when they played. They won, and a lot of people, you go back, Kyrie was the one who took them over that top on a couple games. So let's be clear about that. I think Luka, if you a real baller and you see another baller walk up in there and you got that respect, I'm hoping that Luka is not on some ego trip. I don't want to see that.
I mean,
don't want to see that.
I think that's what we all hoping for, and that's kind of my question. Where it's like, is it? Let's see what happens. All right, the other one we have is KD to Phoenix. I think this one was more surprising to me because he had asked for the trade, didn't get the trade, and then the trade out, back out west. I don't know if I'm KD, I'm kind of thinking, damn, I should have just stayed at Golden State. But what does this do for Phoenix? A healthy KD, is he worth everything that they're giving up?
Well, when KD got on there, and what did he say? I want the GM fired, the coach fired. Did he want everybody fired? And then what did I say? I said that's just like a polite way of saying, trade me.
Yeah.
Get me up out of here.
No, I get that. So the trade has happened. We're there now. What does that do for Phoenix? Where do you think that puts Phoenix with the healthy KD? Do you think that the Nets gave up too much? Phoenix gave up too much for KD.
Well, they gave him 4 unprotected ones, right? And then what? 2 or 3 other players, right?
Yeah.
Woo.
For a healthy KD, I mean, you think that, and a healthy team, a healthy Phoenix team. Is that the team to beat out in the West? Is that the team to beat?
If I'm the owner and I feel like I'm that close, it's not a bad trade because won't nobody give a damn about them picks if they pull it off. And you remember Booker got hurt, so if you and most people think they are that close. What are you? A lot of people are like, well, what are you willing to get over that hump? What are you willing to get over the hump? So no, not really. If he's healthy, KD is that dude, man. He really is.
Okay.
That's the purest shot I've ever seen. I'm not lying. My dad says that all the time, and I agree with him.
Yeah. No, I love KD's game. I'm looking forward to, the second half of the season, for them and to see what happens. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be real interesting to see what happens there. So, I gotta say I was surprised. I was up late, so I saw it.
I was because it didn't happen when he was doing the fool. So I expected. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah.
Yes, I was a little shocked then, but hey,
But wasn't he like championing for like WNBA players to come? So
he was.
Do you even think he
That's
knew
why I was surprised.
that he was about to get that boot?
And that's what kind of surprised me because he was reaching out to Stewie. He was reaching, when John Carl Jones came, he was like, yeah, we're gonna be, in Brooklyn, we're gonna be playing and all this other stuff, and then reaching out to Stewie saying, hey Stewie, you need to come build up this team. So I think he might have thought his had passed, and maybe the Nets said we just need to start all over again. I don't know. I think
clearly
to me, what went wrong with the Nets was the hiring of Steve Nash. When you had those superstars, you had the big three, you hired the wrong coach. You hired somebody who wasn't a coach. So you wanted to hire a figurehead. So you wanted to make that like okay, I got Steve Nash, I got this, and I got that. I still think the coach that they should have hired was Becky Hammond. I'll say that until the day, until my last day. So yeah, much better.
Yeah,
coach,
if you're willing to take a chance on him, and I remember like when they hired him, a couple players was like, okay, with Steve Nash or whatever, and I said to myself then, I was like, no, it don't work like that. No, it's not. No, it don't work like that. So we'll see the end result. Yep. Nobody's there.
Nope.
All 3 of them. Musical chairs.
All right. What you got for us, Tinesha?
For closing arguments? Closing thoughts? Well, I'm going to tell you, I just want to see a very safe Super Bowl. I mean, like I said, this is a sport, guys. I mean, with the level of injuries that we've seen, the amount of people who have gone down this year, and I'm going to say people go down every year, but we've seen some pretty crazy things happen here of late. I would like to see a competitive game, and I'd like to see everybody walk home to their family. Win, lose, doesn't matter. And that's my closing thought. I want, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you're religious or not. Drop a prayer for those players out there that's about to go out there and risk everything for their families and to achieve goals that they've dreamed of since they were children. But that's my closing thought. I just want a safe game, and I want it to be competitive for the fans. Want some fun that you can sit down with your children and watch. Absolutely.
All right. So hey, if we what?
If we're talking about it, you need to hear about it. And
Of
always,
course.
what, Linda?
Please just remember, be kind and be blessed. It's free. Until next time, peace.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to Two Gems and a Mic. Be sure to subscribe and follow. Until next time, remember, be kind, be blessed. Peace.